Hello, welcome back. My name is Jared Rivers, and we're going to continue our ever evolving discussion about the cinema company AMC and what they are doing to grow, to expand, to become just an all around better company, expand their portfolio, do some interesting stuff. All right, so we are going to be looking at worldwide box office with our growth analysis. So 2020 was a disastrous year for movies. Everything got shut down, cinemas were closed for quite some time, and it just took a while for everything to get up and running. With AMC, as you can see here, with the worldwide box office, is doing pretty great. Movies are back. They're having a really big impact on the culture again. Marvel's in full swing, and this is the worldwide box office, not just domestic, which will lead into a further slide down the road when we talk about expansion, like we did another presentation a bit ago, which is always exciting. But growth analysis, we have grown from 2020 to 2021. Movies are back. Mainly, Marvel is launching movies again, and that's what gets people into theaters. People really don't want to wait see them at home. We've seen that with the Black Widow movie. It didn't do too well with that dual release, but Shang-Chi, as you can see by this chart, did a lot better. And so Marvel then shifted everything to moving things back into theaters. Even Eternals is on there and has not been out nearly as long as Shang-Chi or Black Widow. It's been out maybe 2 weeks. But those movies are out in the market. People are going to go out and see them. It's going to go great. Doing great year. Doing great. So this is our personnel analysis, and it's going to kind of lead into our operations analysis. So personnel analysis, everyone's hurting for people to come in, especially kind of a pseudo retail / entertainment. Now, if you see here with accommodations and food service, arts and entertainment, recreation, turnover rate is almost 140%, especially even in leisure and hospitality. That's not good. That's pretty bad. People are kind of getting sick at working retail jobs, being screamed at, and having ridiculous expectations placed upon them. They're not perfect, they're humans. So with personnel, everyone is kind of wanting to be paid more. That's just what's happening. People want more money. That's a fantastic way to get more people in. Pay them more, give them better benefits. If it means less people working and you have to do some sort of automation with ticket sales and everything like that, then so be it. But we're still getting people in. We're expanding, we're doing bigger things, doing better things. For me, that's how we're going to be able to get people in, is by paying them a little bit more, doing all that stuff. So operations analysis. I hinted at this before, but automation. Automation's becoming a big thing, especially within the retail marketplace. There is, with the ticket booth and ticket sales and like pre-apps and like pre-sales on the apps, that's where we're going to be able to cut out a lot of expense, is there, by investing heavily into automation, app-based work, kiosks, everything like that. And if we shift more to the app, we should be able to hopefully pre-order food along with our tickets. When you buy your ticket, you'll purchase large drink and a popcorn. So when you scan in, teller will be alerted, cool, this person's arrived, they're at this seat, here's their stuff. They'll be in their own little section so that no customers will be walking up and ordering from them, but they will be able to go into theaters, bring them the food, and be back. That eliminates people walking up and standing and clogging lines. It eliminates waste there. It does eliminate the kind of the impulse purchase, but I'm sure there could be a way around that. Something almost like a food trolley with the candy walking into theaters, but I think that might be a little much. All right, cash flow. So again, 2020 lost a lot of stuff, but lost a lot of cash, lost a lot of investing things. People weren't seeing movies. We had vast amounts of empty theaters with no one going into them, just sitting there collecting dust, either paying rent or just paying maintenance fees. They didn't really do much. Movies weren't being released. Just, it wasn't a good time. But something did happen in 2020, which is fast, like 2020, 2021, mainly 2021. For some reason, these companies like GameStop, AMC, and others that just didn't do well during the pandemic, a cult following just sprung up around their stock, and they became affectionately deemed meme stocks, where people just throw gobs amount of money at these things, trying to short investors and do all that fun stuff. And so AMC actually kind of got saved by trying to stick it to the man a little bit. So here they're getting more money again. Like, people are coming into theaters, their stock price is really high, people are spending money there, and they have a good chunk of change that they're able to start investing again. So my idea for that, let's see, is to start investing into kind of converting all of the locations to dine-in theaters. Some of them are, not all of them are, but I believe that's going to be the way for us to stay ahead of the market, do something super interesting. Now, to kind of counteract this new sudden expense that's going to be asked of our guests, I don't think raising ticket prices is going to be the best move. I think keeping them low barrier of entry, so people will be more inclined to go into our theaters and spend money. If we charge $15 a ticket, as well as $15 for popcorn, $15 for a soda, $15 for a burger, people are going to be pretty mad. But if we keep prices low on tickets and slowly bring up prices on our concessions and things like that, guests are going to have a little bit easier of a time accepting that, because they're already getting in at such a lower price. And we do see inflation rate rising quite a bit. So this is where the risk comes in. Risk comes in, we don't know if people are going to be buying these dine-in food services. So I think we should do a study analysis on our biggest kind of locations that have this. The first one that came to mind was Disney Springs. Disney Springs has some of the highest foot traffic of any of our locations across the US. They're doing great. And they have a dine-in component. That dine-in component is competing with an exponential amount of Disney Springs and Disney-themed restaurants surrounding it. And it's doing quite well. So I believe that's going to be our best way to kind of look and be like, okay, are people actually choosing us over other restaurants, especially in these areas? And yes. Oh, we have talked about expanding in the past. Worldwide expansion, I do believe that is going to be a very good thing to do. The foreign markets are massive with movies. We've spoken about it before. India being one of them is huge. Getting out there with an AMC brand, opening theaters, and showcasing local movies, as opposed to just showing international movies over there, is going to bring a lot of goodwill to those countries, and it's going to be a good time. I hope you enjoy this presentation, and I will see you next week.